Hello everyone, my name is Sidnea Lopez. I am an elementary education major here at Sheridan College, and today I am going to be giving you guys a lesson on cells. And in this lesson, our objective is by the end of this lesson, you will be able to construct a 3D model of a cell and describe all of the functions of the organelles in the cell. So first in this lesson, we are going to talk about cell theory. So there are three big ideas in cell theory. The first one being, all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. So we have prokaryotic cells and we have eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are composed of one cell, and eukaryotic cells can be composed of one cell in very rare cases, but are most of the time multicellular. And we are going to be talking about eukaryotic cells today, specifically an animal cell. And our second cell is the base of unit life. And this is the basic unit of life because everything is made from cells. Every living organism is composed of cells. So our third part of cell theory is cells arise from pre-existing cells. You cannot form a cell from thin air. It has to come from a pre-existing cell. And these are our three big ideas of cell theory. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is our functions in an animal cell, our organelles in the animal cell. So this is just a picture. I will refer back to this. This is just a picture of our animal cell and everything in it. And I will show you what everything means and does. Okay, so first we're going to talk about our cell membrane. And our cell membrane forms the outer covering of the cell and is semi-permeable. So by semi-permeable, this means that stuff can enter the cell, but it is very picky when something enters. Not just anything can go into the cell. And our cellular membrane is this black line all around this cell. It's keeping everything in there. It's pretty much the most important part of our cell because without it, it would not be encased in one cell. So then the next thing that we're going to talk about is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a gel-like matrix where all the other cell organelles are suspended inside the cell. So the cytoplasm is like just a gel-like material, and all of our organelles are in it, and it is within the cellular membrane, and it keeps the cell and the organelles inside and flowing into it so they don't dry out. And our cytoplasm in this cell is our yellow color within the entire cell. You can see it's keeping all of the organelles kind of floating in that cell. And then our next thing that we're going to talk about is the nucleus. The nucleus contains DNA and directs the activities of the cell. So the nucleus is a very important part of the cell because this is where all of our DNA is, and it tells the cell what to do. When it needs something, the nucleus says to do it. And the nucleus in this cell is the whole pink blob in there. And the next thing we're going to talk about is our endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes composed of rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And in this cell, this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then our lysomes. Lysomes are enzyme sacs that digest cellular waste. So they are kind of just like the garbage picker-uppers in our cell. And our lysomes are all of these purple dots within this cell. And then the mitochondria. Mitochondria is the site for cellular respiration and producers of energy. The mitochondria in this cell are these purple lines. There's about 3 of them in that one. And then ribosomes. Ribosomes are made of RNA and proteins. Ribosomes are the sites for the protein synthesis in the cell. And our ribosomes in this cell are these here. And then our last thing that we're going to talk about is vesicles. Vesicles transport material within the cytoplasm. So it comes off of the Golgi apparatus, and they're kind of just like the trucks that take everything everywhere. And those are right. Oh, there's not vesicles in this cell, but if there was, it would be just around the Golgi apparatus. Okay, so now for our interactive activity, I have chosen to use a cupcake to be our cell, and we are going to add all of the organelles to the cell, and then we are going to describe them one last time and point to them on our cupcake. Okay, so to start, this is our cupcake. So we are going to first put our Twizzler around this cupcake, and our Twizzler is going to act like our cellular membrane. So if you remember, our cellular membrane keeps everything within the cell. And then our cytoplasm is already on our cupcake. Our cytoplasm is our white frosting. And that's our gel-like substance that all of our organelles are going to be on, and it's actually going to act like the cytoplasm because we're going to stick all of our organelles using the cytoplasm. Okay, so now we are going to put our nucleus in. Our nucleus is a junior mint. And I chose the junior mint because the junior mint has a chocolate casing around the mint, and the chocolate casing simulates the hard nuclear envelope, and then on the inside is our nucleolus, which is where all of our DNA and everything is in that. And now we are going to put our endoplasmic reticulum. So I chose an octopus because it kind of, spreads out, and in the endoplasmic reticulum we have smooth, which we're going to say are these two legs, and then we have rough, which is going to be these other four. And then we are just going to kind of wrap it around the nucleus. And then we are going to put in our Golgi apparatus. And our Golgi apparatus is actually a gummy worm. I did pull it apart so it could fit. So we are just going to put that right here. And our Golgi apparatus is our packaging and casing of our products in our cell. And then our lysomes, and they are Skittles. So we're going to pick up these Skittles and just kind of put them in the cell. The lysomes are like those things that pick up our cellular waste. And then the next thing we're going to add to our cupcake cell is the mitochondria, and the mitochondria is the hot tamales in this case. And our ribosomes, if you can look closely and see the sprinkles on this cupcake, those are our ribosomes. Yep. And then the last thing we're going to add to our cupcake cell is sweet tarts, and our sweet tarts are going to represent our vesicles. Okay. Now, if you were in my class right now, before you could eat this yummy looking cupcake, we would go over the cell organelle functions one more time just to make sure. So again, our cellular membrane is our Twizzler, and our cytoplasm is the frosting, and Our nucleus is the junior mint with that cellular envelope and nucleolus in the mint. And then our endoplasmic reticulum is the octopus. And our Golgi apparatus is our gummy worm. And our lysomes, which are the Skittles. And then our mitochondria, which is the hot tamales. And then our ribosomes, which are the sprinkles within the cell in the cupcake, and our vesicles, which are our sweethearts. And then for our ticket out the door, I would have our students conduct a ticket out the door, which we would refer back to the basic cell theory. So again, our three main ideas. All living organisms are composed of one or more cells. So then we talk about, again, what's an example of a one-cell organism, which is a prokaryote, which can be like a bacteria, or a eukaryote, which can be a plant or an animal, but our cell is an animal cell. And then our second cell theory, the basic unit of life. Everything is made out of cells. Nothing is living that isn't composed of cells. And then our third, cells arise from pre-existing cells. So we came from pre-existing cells, we came from our parents, and then our parents came from their parents, and so on and so forth. You cannot create a cell from thin air. And to close our lesson, we would let our students